And you are back in the bluff. It is Studio 771 Uncensored. It's your host, Charles Barjan, and I'm here with...
Antasia.
And today we're going to get right into it. First off, I'm actually kind of excited for this. It's The Proud Family revived by Disney+. What are your, I don't know. What do you think?
So, I'm excited. I haven't watched The Proud Family in so long. It's just a great show. But, it's on Disney+, so if you don't have Disney+, you're not going to watch it. Like me. So, I'm excited, but until I get Disney+, I can't be too excited because I won't see it. So, hopefully when it's done.
But I think the last time I saw Proud Family, as a kid, was, 4th grade? Not even 4th grade. It went off a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
When did it go off? I want to look it up real quick. Because... I remember watching it thinking, this is the only black show. Even as a little kid, I was like, hey, they got a black cartoon now? This is dope.
And then a lot of those shows, they were already out when we were born. And, thinking, oh, it came out. No, it's already been out. It's just still on.
Oh, 2001, actually.
See?
Yeah,
and I was
2001.
only 1, so...
True. And it went off. Final episode was in 2005. All right. So that makes sense that I barely remember it. But I love that show. I even watch it now on Disney+. Don't you have... I'm just kidding. You don't got this.
Wow.
But to get to the details, basically, The Proud Family premiered 18 years ago. And Disney Plus they're going to revive it. It's going to be called The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. It's currently in production. And I can't wait, personally. I remember the Peanut Head movie, whatever that was.
That scared the crap
out of me.
That was
weird.
It was weird and it scared the crap out of me.
What
I
was
remember
that?
when he took the mask off and he was burnt, I don't know, and he they all started dancing with the peanuts.
What was that about? What was the whole point of that? I have to rewatch that.
I don't even remember the plot. And then they were it was peanut butter and just peanuts, and I don't know why they were mad.
They just like peanuts, apparently.
And I remember he just wanted to take over or something. I don't know, it was just creepy.
Who knows? Typical weird Disney movie. I feel like Disney Channel went through this weird change around 2008, 2009. It's they switched from cringy Disney making content that kids probably shouldn't be watching to family friendly everything.
Right.
Our childhood shows weren't at all. What other shows do you think they probably should redo? I want to see. This isn't Disney Channel, but I used to watch Ned's Disclassified Middle School.
Oh my god, I seen it, and they did an updated picture together, and I was I miss it. I love that show.
I did. I used to think middle school and high school would be like that. So when I went to high school and my lockers weren't big and long, I was like, what? I don't get a whole big locker I can decorate and have fun with. I was like, wow. All right.
A show that I would still love to see. I love Degrassi.
Yeah.
Degrassi is my favorite.
I wasn't into it, but my sister was into it.
And it wasn't for everybody, but it was just
it's kind of like Grey's Anatomy, high school version.
Kind of. But it was everything that could happen in a teenager's life happened on Degrassi.
That's so true. And Drake. Can we not forget Drake?
In a wheelchair and all.
Literally in a wheelchair. And now he's the top rap star of the world.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Little old Drake.
Someone who got shot on TV wearing, in a wheelchair.
Canadian actor becomes American rapper.
Right.
That makes no sense. But I gotta get into something that's super, super, super crazy. And it's the passing of this Emmett Till law. And it's been 65 years since the death of, not even the death, the killing of Emmett Till. And they're just now passing the law. And they've been trying to pass anti-lynching law for 100 plus years. So what are your thoughts on that?
The fact that it's 2020 and they sat down and said, let's
make
a bill, a law against lynching. It's bad. It's 2020.
I'm saying. I'm no
I think it's just sitting in my head it's 2020.
It's a good thing that the law's passed, but you said, it's 2020. It's
the fact that you could still lynched me all this time and nothing would have happened.
Exactly.
It's the thing that
they would have got off with it.
That's what I'm saying. People don't are putting into their heads it's 2020. Up until now, you could have gotten lynched, and
that's very true. I didn't think about it like that. I was just thinking damn, it's 2020. Y'all should have did that back in 18 something, 19 something. But it's hold on. If last week, if I were to get targeted by some random crazy group and hung, lynched, it would have been legal. What? What is this world we live
They
in?
could have carried on with their business and just
just living their lives. Like,
there's no law against that.
it's like, what are you guys talking? It's not illegal. And then like, you probably all these crazy people on the streets are like, oh, it's illegal, only to find out that it's not illegal federally. What?
Like, nah.
It's like not funny, but it's funny. Could think like the hypocrisy of the United States, in my opinion, at least.
Like, I'm 20 years old this whole time. I couldn't
Right. It makes no sense whatsoever. I mean,
and then the fact that 4 people still voted nay against it.
exactly.
Like, you're telling me, like we've been saying, it's 2020, and you're still telling me that you're voting against lynching, saying like, no, I'm like, you can still do it. It's 2020.
I don't like.
I'm not understanding. Like,
I'm honestly wordless because I don't understand it. And I'm gonna read a quote from what is this, CBS News, and basically the quote says, "The importance of this bill cannot be overstated," said Rush, a member of the Congressional Black Caucus. "From Charlottesville to El Paso, we are still being confronted with the same violent racism and hatred that took the life of Emmett and so many others. The passage of this bill will send a strong message and clear message to the nation that we will not tolerate this bigotry." I don't know how I feel about that statement. I mean, it sounds cool or politically correct, but to me it's like, we've been facing bigotry for so long. It's like, what made them like decide like, all right, in 2020 now we're gonna do it? It's like, I understand that they've been trying to pass it,
but why now? That's what I'm not understanding. Like you said, for 100 years they've been trying to, like, why now all of a sudden?
Maybe it's because racial tensions are like very high right now.
They are, and this might just be like their way of just like, let's just do this.
Nip it at the bud.
Yeah, like, let's just do this, and then they'll see like we're really on their side, even though we're really not.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then,
well,
it goes to show, like, the 4 people that voted no, like, it just shows like there's still people in this world that are just like.
And that was a House though. That's what because will it pass the Senate?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. And if it doesn't pass the Senate, that's gonna like speak volumes for generations and generations.
Right. And now that you're saying that, I'm not sure if it will, because the four people that voted no, 3 out of the 4 are Republican.
Yeah, and one was independent, I believe.
Yeah, he was.
And the Senate is majority Republican.
That's what I'm saying. So the 4
I mean,
people...
if they don't vote to pass it, they're like putting themselves on the wrong side of history.
Oh, they are, because
I mean, they're already on the wrong side of history, so they probably have nothing to lose at this point. So they probably will.
And then we're gonna it's gonna be public. It's not like, oh, something that they're trying to pass low key that nobody really knows of or anything. Yeah. So it's gonna be like
everybody knows about it.
Like if you say, like, if you don't vote on it, I mean, if you say like y'all don't want it, the whole world's gonna.
You won't get reelected. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you won't.
Unless you're like from some super like racist rural town.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get reelected at all.
Far from it, because you can't like do that. Like, I can understand, like I'm saying, like if it was under the bus, like, you know, we didn't even know they were voting on it, and it's just in the history books, and the book's like, oh, it's still not legal. Like, it's still legal. Well, it's still legal, basically. But now that it's public, we know what's going on.
Yeah, that's
so
true. Like, if they can't sweep underneath the rug, it's like,
yeah, since it's public, we're gonna know.
And you know what? Maybe that's why it took so long for it to become like an actual bill, like passing the House. Because if you think about it, in the past, they didn't have social media or like internet or the level of communication we have now, so they can still vote like how they want to without their actual like constituents and their people knowing.
Right.
And now it's like, oh shit, I gotta actually like do my job.
So that makes sense. Because now everybody's just, we know how it runs. Like, we're gonna go into it, we're gonna look it up, we're gonna come up there ourselves and just know, like, literally, you're voting today, I want to see this. Before, it's just like,
I'm gonna hold your hand for you and make sure you're right. Like, please do your job.
Vote. Like, no.
I'm saying, but I want to take the podcast back to like what it's supposed to be. Like, forget the topics. This is 771 uncensored. Okay. So I just want to be uncensored. It's supposed to be like that Netflix show, Dear White People. Have you seen that before? I love that show.
I haven't really watched it.
Man,
I've watched random episodes.
You
My boyfriend watches it.
Your boyfriend has taste.
I guess because it's like further on in seasons that like I don't want to start all the way from season 1. It's all the way at season.
Just restart. Like, it's not that hard.
I don't know. I mean, it's a good show.
I like it. I mean,
the episodes I did see, I liked.
It's nice. I don't know. I want this to be like that though. And also, I just want to talk about this whole Studio 771 interviews thing, and like the whole homophobia podcast, and then we recently did international students podcast, and it's like, I wonder why. Like, we do these podcasts every week, yet we still don't have like high ratings or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, what is it the students of Southern University need to view it? It's like, why do people keep complaining they don't have somewhere to go to, or they don't have a podcast, they don't have a show to watch, they don't have an avenue for them to communicate, and then you make one and they still don't want to like.
I feel like it's because most students, they're not actually looking.
True.
Like, this might be a bad example. It's like the people that complain but don't vote.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
Yeah, I hate it.
Oh my God.
Like, I mean, I'm just now eligible like to vote and stuff. Well, I'm 20, but for the things that yeah. But I feel like it's like that. Like, people on campus, like, yeah, they'll complain and stuff. Let me get on Twitter, tweet, oh my gosh, it's so boring. Oh my gosh, who am I gonna talk to? Like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling like this. But you don't look out to find what you want, you know, where you can go to, like,
or they don't go to org fairs, they don't go to SGA
right meetings. They'll stay in their rooms, or they'll just leave campus. Yeah, I'll go to all these parties, I'll have fun there, but then you get back on Twitter like, oh my gosh, it's so boring. But like, hey, join an org, know what the orgs do. Like, hey, we have a podcast. If you want to talk and you have something you want to speak on, tell us.
Come speak. I got a microphone.
Right.
You got a voice.
We have office.
Then we gotta also like not do anymore. It's like, because we're approaching voting season at Southern.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just vote for their friends and not like actually look about what their friends are gonna do. Because if we're gonna have a new SGA president, like a whole like new everything, they have to be progressive. They have to. Because yeah, we have an increase in trash cans on campus, but come on now, we need more than just a couple trash cans placed around some random spots.
Yeah.
And at least. Alright, Southern, be smart. If you're going to put new trash cans on campus, why not put them where you see there's a lot of trash on the floor? Like, put it where students are going to be. Like,
yeah, they put it in the front of campus so everybody can see, like, oh my gosh, there's so many trash cans. But how about you guys go to the back of campus?
Right.
And then see, like, all the trash that you have on the ground, but yeah, you guys hire people. I don't know if they get paid. They ride on the golf carts, and they had the little picker-uppers, and they're picking up all the trash. Hey, there was a trash can there, but maybe they think because there's dumpsters back there.
Probably, but they're only by the dorms though. It's like, what about the whole by the intramural like gym, by the little gazebo thing? Like, there's trash everywhere, Southern. Like, yo, if y'all didn't realize, like, I don't know if they're blind or something, but if you go outside and you stand in one spot, any direction you look, you will see trash. It doesn't matter where you are on campus. You could be inside a building. No, you won't be inside a building. But no matter where you are outside, any direction, on the campus of Southern University, there is trash. And I'm not saying that to, like, drag my school or, like, but I'm saying it to hold y'all accountable. Because why would you want to live in a bunch of filth?
Do you know what else you're going to see? And I'm going to drag Southern for this. Potholes. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, the potholes, they don't actually fill them. And, like, gravel it up. They'll put the gravel in there loose.
Not actually fill.
No, I'm telling you, like, in the back, they'll put the gravel in there, and in a few days, all the gravel's out. So the hole is just, like, the hole is back. They don't take the time to actually, like,
that reminds me of,
over.
like, back at home, because in Compton, like, they'll patch the road. Like, they'll actually patch it. Unlike Southern, they'll actually patch it. But there's so many big rigs that come through Compton, it just breaks in, like, a month.
No, I think they're just putting it in there, and then you drive over it a few days, and then the hole is back. I was like, oh my gosh, they finally did it. My car won't, my tires won't bust.
It was funny, but they only do it for the front, but they don't fix the back. It's like before homecoming, let's fix all the roads and paint the curves. Let's make the campus look good. And then after homecoming, we'll just leave all this trash.
Right, they're gonna make the campus look good for the people that are coming to visit. They're not gonna go back to the back, of the back of campus to see the dorms.
Right.
But no.
Except for like the few parents who wander back there to surprise their kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then they're like, oh, this is gross. Like, what's going on?
Like, what is this?
Watch, campus is gonna be beautiful before Springfest. Like, it's gonna be the most beautiful bluff you've ever seen. Like, no trash, new trees, painted streets. It's gonna be beautiful. And then like 2 days later, 2 days later, it's gonna be like a wasteland. Like, It's going to be smelling real foul because they're not going to pick the trash up for like a couple weeks.
Right, so then those people come back, get on the golf carts and pick up all